right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, want to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahawah,
Bahasham,
Yahawashi,
Bahasham,
Rakakwadash.
Double honors to our elders and apostles of great millstone that taught us his truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect Akim, teaching and preaching his truth with all righteousness and sincerity. With the Israelites that have prophesied the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America. As always, our focal point is the prophecies. All right, the prophecy, let's start with Revelation 19 and 10. The prophecy is our main conversation. At the end of the day, this kingdom, which is ruled by the Edomites, it will be destroyed, all right? America will be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction and the lasers out of the chariots during World War III. The scriptures call it the third woe. And leading up to the ultimate destruction of Babylon the Great, it's going to be a series of events that happen. The scriptures speak about Jacob's trouble. Hold on to Jeremiah 30 and 7. Matter of fact, Jeremiah 28. It's going to be chaos, pestilence, famine, the love of many, wax and cold, sedition, you know, and these economic events that's going to segue this current financial structure to a new system. We speak about the MOTB, which is the implantable technology. All right, and we're in that time where all these things is happening. You got a lot of events happening worldwide, and you got, as of late, these recent train derailments. You know, in some areas, one of which being Ohio, the train derailment caused these toxic chemicals to get in the air, and people was complaining about certain ailments, rashes and ailments. You know. You got inflation, all right? The goods and services is constantly going up. Gas is creeping back up. All right, the food cost is ridiculous. There's certain pestilences on particular, you know, on chickens. You know, you got false doctrines, you got false prophets, and then you got all these different heresies and confusion when it comes to the doctrine. So, you know, you just got a lot of stuff going on. Esau sharpening his sword, all right? And this is the time that we in.
This is Revelation 19 and 10. And it reads, "And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said to me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that had a testimony of Yahawashi. Worship the Most High Yahawah, for the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy."
So the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy. Right, and in this book, the book of Revelation, you had an angel sent to Apostle John, which he was exiled on the island of Patmos, and the reason why is because he was teaching the teachings of Yahawashi, which is very controversial. And he was sent to the island of Patmos, which is in the Mediterranean Sea, as punishment, all right, for teaching the gospel. So this angel was sent to give him these prophecies of things that will surely come to pass. And one of the conversations that he had with this angel here in Revelation 19 and 10 is that the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy, right? Prophecy is what you should be governing your conversation around, man. Because as the prophecies fulfill, the words of the Most High is speaking, the book is speaking, you know? Let's go over here. Yes, Bob Kushaya.
Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
So this is the conversation of the prophets. Now, this is Jeremiah, which he was a Levite, and he was on the scene during the time of the kings. And he's going back and forth with a false prophet named Hananiah. All right, Hananiah was saying that, you know, it's not going to, be wrath for a long time. You know, things gonna work out in our favor. And Jeremiah, when you read in the 29th chapter, he said, look, it's gonna be 70 years we're gonna be under these Babylonians. Go ahead and go over there and plant your vineyards and do all this and do all that, because we're gonna be over there for a minute. But Hananiah was saying that it ain't gonna be like that. So what Jeremiah is saying to Hananiah is, look, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So that's the conversation of the prophets. All right. Trump, a couple of years ago, when he was in office, he said we were the prophets of doom, and that's fitting concerning the message that we're gonna be coming with, man. We prophesying the downfall of Babylon. We talking about evils. Evil is bad time. Elder Apostle Gabar broke down evil as Ev being time and ill being bad, and we talk about Jacob's trouble. Lord willing, we'll go into that in this lesson. You know, because bad times is coming, man. There was a report that came out, and I shared it with the bros, and it was speaking about 42% of the global workforce is suffering worker burnout, and women is suffering the worst, man. You know, people is laden with debt, laden with financial insecurity, laden with high cost of living, you know, and all these different economic woes that disturbs a person's lifestyle, and it all fits Esau. Because Esau, it says one of his characteristics that he will take peace from the earth. So this is the working of Esau. Esau is doing all this stuff behind the scenes, all right? But he's trying to come out with his help, you know? Oh, the report that's coming out about Turkey and the judgment that happened there, they saying it's 50,000 and climbing. So, you know, the Lord is bringing judgment. You know, whether he did it through Esau or it happened organically, at the end of the day, man's going to the Lord. The Lord brought the judgment. And that's the time that we're in. It should be a little more on that.
Jeremiah 28:9. The prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord hath truly sent him.
And the words of the true prophets is coming to pass. You know, starting with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. There's countless articles coming out going into the CBDC, which the CBDC, the central banking digital currency, is going to segue to the implantable technology that you read about in Revelation 13, verses 15 on down. You know? And then it's talked about prophesying the peace. We're not speaking about peace. Peace is going to come when Yahawashi execute justice and judgment in the earth and establish the kingdom of heaven, which is rulership of the Israelites in the earth. That's when peace going to come. But before peace come, Esau got to come down with great wrath. So if you are still in the churches, which you shouldn't be in the churches, man, in 2023, you know, these pastors, they give you smooth speeches, cunningly devised fables, and motivational speeches, man, preaching of peace. They're not warning the flock. They're not telling the people about things that will surely come to pass. They're not warning you about the sword that's coming. And when we speak about the sword, we're talking about the implantable technology, because Esau gotta you know, pierce it into you in order for you to receive it. Yeah, you got it.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse. I'm going to start at 19. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, you know what, let me start at 20, so like it. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die.
Yeah, so you got false prophets speaking in the name you got false prophets speaking in the name of the Most High about things that they believe will surely come to pass, or what they believe to be truth, man. You know, like for instance, you got Weefy saying how the MOTB is sin, and they call themselves coming in the name of the Most High.
It says, and if thou shalt say in thine heart, how shall we know the word which the Lord hath not spoken?
Hey,
Shalom. When a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord hath not spoken.
Yeah, so if the MOTB is sin, when you know, or the picture of Caesar Borgia or embargoes, when is it gonna start, you know, happening? When are we gonna start seeing these things? You know what I mean? And you can't make a broad statement that the MOTB is sin. Okay, we've all sinned and came short of the glory of the Most High. It's not that. And furthermore, in Revelation 16, it speaks about people who received the MOTB. Grievous swords came on them.
It says, but the prophet hath spoken it presumptuously. Thou shalt not be afraid of him.
Yeah, so you got a lot of that going on, which Apostle Paul, he forewarned us that there will be false prophets coming in the last days, man, that will draw many after them. So we're not dismayed about the videos getting 50,000 views, 30,000 views. You got all these men, women, and children at the camps. We're not dismayed about that because the Lord ain't dealing with multitudes like that. You know?
This is Isaiah 8:20. And it reads, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
And going back to these false prophets, these church pastors, you know, your Creflo Dollar, your Joel Osteens, you know, all these different paid off people, they're not speaking according to this word, you know. They're not going into the intricacies of the prophecies. They're not going into end time prophecy. They're not rightly dividing the word and truth. So the Most High ain't sent them. It's just a money grab and a system of people that's set up to pacify you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's all that is, man. And the church house is full of old ass hoes, all right, that have, you know, reinvented themselves to try to find a new way, man.
This is Jeremiah 23:1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
And these prophets destroy and scatter the sheep by misleading them with false doctrine. You're scattering them, whereas the true teachings of Yahawah Bahasham is supposed to gather. It's supposed to gather.
It says, saith the Lord, therefore thus said Yahawah, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit you. I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith Yahawah.
Yeah, so instead of gathering the Lord's sheep by the word, right, and feeding them with, you know, this meal, they're scattering them and having them believe in stuff that are outside of the truth. You scattering them, man.
Because the nation of Israel, we already scattered, we already lost sheep by default, but your false prophets is forwarding the affliction even more like that.
Yeah, you're doing more damage.
Goes on to say, and I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase.
And that's going into the kingdom of heaven. Now, before the physical gathering, you read about in Revelation 11 and in Revelation 18 how, and they heard a loud voice from heaven saying, come up hither. Before that, the elect will be gathered by the word, right? I'll get it real quick. Okay, yeah.
And verse 4, and I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith Yahawah.
And that's going into the true leaders, all right? And we believe that to be our elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down. So the Lord will set up a true leadership to feed the sheep, right? To feed them with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to ultimately gather them with the word. This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 36. It says, O Jerusalem, look about thee towards the east, because predominantly the Israelites are here in the western hemisphere. And behold, the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away, because we were scattered. You have the diaspora. Read about that in Luke 21. Deuteronomy 28:64 speaks about being scattered throughout the four winds. And these, the diaspora and us being scattered, those were judgments against us for transgressing the law, the statutes, and commandments. So, continuing on, it says, they come gathered together from the east to the west, because we were scattered by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High. So, the gathering is going to come spiritually by the teaching of the doctrine. And this doctrine has comfort in it, right? So the Lord's sheep is going to get gathered by the truth. The gathering that's happening in these churches isn't by the Spirit of the Lord, man. It's by another spirit.
I got another one for you. It's Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
All right, so a pastor is an individual, all right, that looks over the pasture, right? And then you have sheep there, and the sheep is supposed to graze on the pasture, and the shepherd, he would look over the flock, you know? He will warn the flock, he'll, blow whistles or whatever. If he see a wolf, or he see, a bear or a lion, he would take care of the flock, all right, and lead them as a guide. So the Lord says here in Jeremiah 3 and 15, I will send pastors. So the Lord is going to send that spirit out, resting upon men to lead the flock, and they're going to feed them with knowledge and wisdom. Because we're showing in Hosea 4 and 6, we've been destroyed by a lack of knowledge. So the Lord is going to restore us with the spirit, with the knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding. Right?
This is 1 John 3 and verse
Yeah, that's why this doctrine is very important, man, because it's gathering the sheep. And Esau, he comes out because it was conversation with the recent WEF meeting in Davos, Switzerland, and one of their topics or subjects that they want to combat was misinformation. All right, and best believe we're on the top of that list, because the prophecies speak about how the spirit of the Lord's mouth is gonna reveal who the wicked is. And through YouTube and BitChute and Rumble, these are platforms that we use to push out this truth. And the truth is exposed in Esau and his plans and everything that he has conspired against the people on his side right here. That is an eyesore in Esau.
1 John 2 and 20. But you have the unction from the Holy One, and you know all things.
Now this is John, right? This is Apostle John. This is the brother of James, the son of Zebedee. This is the beloved disciple of the Lord. And he's saying that you have an unction, which the unction, when you go into that word, is an anointing from the Most High. You know all things. And we know all things concerning the prophecies and concerning the Holy Spirit, the Comforter. And like the elders and apostles say, we don't have 100% truth knowing how to break down a transmission or reassemble, a 18-wheeler, things like that. We got 100% according to what's needed to receive salvation.
Yeah, that goes back to the precept brought out earlier, that they shall not be lacking.
Yeah.
They will have 100% truth.
Yeah.
I got a precept for you. This 1 Corinthians 2 and 12. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of Yahawah, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of Yahawah.
Yeah. So we have not received the spirit of the world. When you look at the spirit of the world, it's all about achieving the American dream. It's all about glorifying yourself. It's all about trying to get you a business, a black successful business. All right. Trying to build up a family. Right now you got the whole passport bro thing. Bro's trying to get out of the matrix, go travel. That's the spirit of the world. Entertainment, distractions, folly, right? A whole bunch of, shit that make the flesh feel good. That's the spirit of the world. But we have received the spirit of the Most High, which is the understanding of the scripts, and what's pleasing unto the Lord to receive the hedge of protection entering into these times that we're entering into. Understanding who our enemies is, understanding what moves Esau Edom is going to be making, understanding what to do during the hour of temptation, right? Understanding the times and seasons that we're in. Because these people who are without the truth, they don't understand the times and seasons. If you're speaking about establishing your career and going to college and trying to better yourself, and you looking for, for the next 3 and 5 years to work out in your favor, you're not in the spirit. You know?
Yes. Ecclesiastes, I'm going to read verse 1, jump down to verse 8. Ecclesiastes 3:1. It says, to everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
So it's a time for everything, right?
Verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace.
Yeah, so we definitely in a time of war, and we definitely in a time of hate, right?
So these people, they still think they're in this time of peace. Peace and prosperity, man. We're not in those times. Even the Israelites, amongst the circumcision, they still not spirit of mirth, man. They're not taking the truth serious. They don't know what they're involved in, man. They think this is just a fad. This is a new hot topic on the block, man. But nah, man, the Lord's going to forward this ministry, man.
That's right.
He's going to require more out of us. And then, we know Esau going to do his thing. Come down with great weapons.
You've been seeing a lot more new, the apostles call them pop-up camps since, the Kyrie Irving and Kanye West came.
Oh, yeah.
Just like this show, The Last of Us came out, you start playing the game on, you see a whole bunch of noobs that ain't never played the game before.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's the same thing like with this truth. Now it's a fact. Kyrie Irving said he's a Israelite. Kanye West. Oh, now we got to put on the t-shirt fringes and and this and that, and we're starting to see a lot more than pop-up camps, man.
Yeah.
Like the brother Paul said, a lot of these pop-up camps, it's gonna be a phase to them, man. Once it starts getting old to them, guess what? They're gonna go back to doing what they've been doing.
Yeah. And that's the spirit of the world. Phases, fads, inconsistency, shit changing. See, the scripts, demands diligence. And diligence meaning to be consistent in something. Just like the dude said before camera. Before we went live, he said, normally, when it comes to black people, it's always somebody that's at odds. You don't never see, basically the unity, because there's no diligence, there's no consistency, right. In black culture. And black culture never grows. And the Lord is attacking black culture. A lot of black women is getting put down. A lot of black women is getting put down. A lot of black women is suffering financially, man. And they're going straight down to the government programs. They're going straight down to Egypt for help. All right? And it's gonna backfire. It's gonna backfire on you tremendously, because when all hell break loose, guess what? Esau gonna do the pump fake. He gonna do the pump fake. He gonna do the spin move. And then y'all gonna be left out here assed out. Scriptures speak about a reproach for women here in the last days.
This is Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
And through this system, this governmental system, this power structure ruled by Esau, scriptures call it a beast. It enabled benefits for women to be at ease, to have comfort, to be relaxed because of the government assistance, the EBT, the child care, the low-income housing, all right, the hotel vouchers. You feel me? All these different benefits. Oh, you can go to the county, you can go see a therapist to deal with your issues. All right, to where it just kicks the man out of the house. That causes division in the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native American communities. It causes hatred amongst men and women in the Black, Hispanics, and Native American communities. All right, and all kind of division and chaos. This system was strategically made to do that, man. So the scriptures is saying, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Now it's time to stand up on your feet and and repent, man. And we don't make, lessons all the time about women, but it has to come out because we're not shunning to declare unto you the whole gospel of Yahawashi. So rise up, ye women that are at ease.
And it says, Hear my voice, ye careless daughters.
Now the voice of the Lord, pursuant to Hosea 12 and 10 and various other precepts, all right, are the prophets. The prophets are the mouthpiece of the Lord. And if you're waiting for the Lord to come and specifically sit down with you and break bread, or come to you in a vision and give you the instructions to repent, that's not happening, man. Here it is, you women, y'all done been ran through several times. Y'all got all kind of seeds in y'all, and y'all expecting the Lord to come specifically and deal with you? You know? So the Lord set up men. Like the brother brought out, Jeremiah 3 and 15, I have set up pastors according to my heart that will feed you with knowledge and wisdom. So you women got to hear what the prophets got to say. You know, because the black woman been running her whole household full of dysfunction and anarchy and chaos, man. You know? The whole prison system is full of men that was raised up by these single moms, man. And we can go all day going in, you know?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled.
And when you go into that in different translations, it's days above a year. So it's going to be a long period of time full of trouble. You know, like we were speaking about reproach. Can we get Isaiah 4 and 1 real quick?
Isaiah 4 and 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
So it's going to come a time where it's going to be groups of women coming to one Israelite man wanting that protection, wanting that hedge of protection. Why? Because it's going to be a reproach. You know, Esau, he's going to take away all these government plans, man. 911, there's countless reports on different police agencies, sheriff agencies being limited staff to where they got to discern what emergency to respond to. You know? And that's the only time a police will look the other way is when we at camp.
Yeah.
You know, that's how you know it's a hedge of protection with this. If we didn't have these garments on and we was just at the bus stop, the police officer would have mad dogs. You know, did bro see that?
Yeah.
You got it.
It says, like, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman.
Careless. All right, because this system promotes careless behavior for women. You know, here it is. The statistics have came out on how more than 60% of men are taking care of children or paying child support for children that's not biologically theirs. All right, that's careless behavior. You know, even one of our aunts, it came out that one of her children that was 30 plus at the time, she found out that this man that she thought was her father all her 30 years of living is not her real father, man. And guess what? Scot-free, no judgment, no penalty, no tickets, no nothing. No, I gotta pay the child support back to this man. None of that. You know?
That could have been hurting him his whole life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, for him to find that out,
Right.
here it is, your daughter 30, you think this yours? And then it comes out, oh, your father is this other guy that live in Atlanta. No repercussion, you can't even you can't do nothing about it. So if there is no judgment for those type of cases that happen, it's gonna breed women. It's gonna breed women to just say, shit, she got away with it. I did. That's why we had judgment, public judgments for certain behaviors, man. You know, bring them at the gates of the judges and they shall be stoned. Why? Because it was a public stoning. Everybody saw it. Everybody talked about it. You know?
And that discouraged it from happening again.
Yeah, and the Most High still do that. When you see these police shoot Jake in the cars and all that, that's a public stoning.
Yeah.
You know, but what Jake see that, they just ignore it, and when they get pulled over, they reiterate the same thing that got this guy shot. You know?
And also too, Trump is talking about, you know, bringing back public executions.
Oh yeah, guillotines, yeah.
And like the brother brought out, that's a part of, you know, like our customs too, because it puts fear in Israel to not go off. So what are they bringing public executions for?
Yeah.
You know, because they're gonna exact that NWO, man.
Yep.
That's why, like the brother going into, you careless daughters, because y'all all gonna be a part of that, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Scripture speak about beheadings in the last days, man. So it's not a coincidence that Trump and the presidential administration is approving guillotine purchases and all that. It's all falling in line with end time prophecy.
Firing squads too. He said,
Firing squad, man.
Bringing back firing squads, like the brother said, a modern day shooting is a modern day stoning, man.
Yeah.
You know. So it says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman, for the vintage shall fail.
Now, something that's vintage is old as hell. So these old benefits, because some of the EBT food stamps, our mothers was going down there getting that shit. Our grandmothers was going and had Section 8. You know? So with this new system, this new financial system, and then one of the things that's a part of the new financial system is a social credit scoring system. You know, just like how you go on Uber and then your Uber driver, oh, he got 5 stars and he got, you know, 1,000 reviews. That's a part of that system. You know, putting your social media there, you know, seeing how people, your LinkedIn, you know, these different social media sites that collect this information about an individual, all that's going to be factored in into this new financial system that's coming. And they talk about UBI, Universal Basic Income. And they're beta testing that in different areas. I know they beta tested here in California, and it was what, $1,000 for, you know, so many families. Beta testing it, getting the data, seeing how people operate on it, see how, you know, how it work out for them. So when they come out, they got their talking points. They get the data and then they come out with their talking points. Oh, 6% of these people did this with the UBI, 50% of these people bought this with the UBI. So it's working. You know, it's working. You know, we're gonna introduce it to more people. So in order to be a part of this system, you're gonna have to take the MOTB. You're gonna have to worship the beast, man. So a lot of you women who enjoy pleasures, enjoy the society, enjoy the cares of this life, enjoy all these goodies, all these vintage things that this kingdom offer, in order for you to get into this new system, you're gonna have to get the implantable technology, man. And the Most High is gonna destroy you.
It says, verse 11, tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled.
Careless, at ease. Scripture speak about trembling, because there's no trembling for women. A woman can be in a marriage with a man, then committed adultery and did all this stuff, got caught, found out. All right, the whole household is separated. He found out one of the 3 kids isn't his, and you know this woman can get off scot-free and take him to court, get child support and alimony.
Everything he pretty much owns.
Everything that he owned. In the ancient world, a woman would get put to death. But see, that's why America is called the land of the free. Free of what? Free to do whatever the hell you want to do. If you want to be a part of the alphabet community, you can. You're free to do that. To be an adulterous woman, you're free to do that. All right? Free to be whatever demon that you want to be, as long as you abide by Esau's laws. You know, you're free from the rule of the scripts. That's what you're free from.
Habakkuk 1 and 4. And it reads, therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. Yeah, so that's happening right now. The brothers bringing out very good examples of why this immoral behavior is happening, man. You know, because the law, statutes, and commandments are not being applied here. You know, because the wicked is in rulership. We saw evil. You know, so he allowed these. You know, it's a saying that misery loves company. You know, so and Apocrypha it talks about, you know, so is the ruler than the people. You know.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 1, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Now, wise judge is Yahawashi, and he's instructing his people with the wisdom like we was going into. Verse 2, the point, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
Right, so the type of individual of the ruler is the type of spirit he has. The same spirit is going to be upon his subjects, upon the people that's following him, man, upon the populace, you know. So that's what we see now, you know. So we see that Esau's wicked. He had no morals. He had no integrity. So the same things, the same are the common people, man. You know, and that's why, you know, great judgment got to befall this place, man, because it's getting out of hand. The wicked is waxing worse and worse.
Yeah. And we're going to continue to sigh and cry for all abominations that be done in the midst of this place, man. Because things is waxing worse and worse. Things isn't getting better, man. Things ain't going to go back to so-called normal, and things isn't going to get better. It's going to get worse, man. Look at the technology. It's 2023, right? 2010, you didn't have the technology, the phone technology, and its impact in 2010 wasn't how it is now, man. You know, women have gotten off the hook. Men have gotten off the hook. You know, if you on social media and you scroll up and down, all you see is wickedness, man, and profaneness. You seeing men on there smoking weed, rolling blunts, flashing guns at the club, partying. All right, women twerking, shaking ass. All right, downing men, giving other women game on how to get these niggas to, you know, to act right. You just see a whole bunch of debauchery, a whole bunch of wickedness, man. And then you seeing a whole bunch of violence.
Yeah.
It was this morning. It was another mass shooting this morning. 11 people wounded. You know, we are definitely at the end of the system, man.
That's what Mama said. All you see is booty all over the internet.
Yeah.
That just lowers your vibration as a man by seeing that all the time. You get, what's that word?
Desensitized.
Yeah, desensitized. There you go. You know, desensitized. You know?
Yeah.
Like it just, like you always say, it's so common to see a bitch with her ass out.
Yeah.
Back then, you know, like you were saying, to receive a naked preacher, a nude preacher from a woman back then, it's like, that was like gold, like damn.
Yeah, like,
send me
damn,
nude, you know?
Yeah, this girl busted open for me.
But now it's just, you know, another naked bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
This is 2nd Esdras 9 and 5. As all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
Now the word manifest meaning obvious. It's made known. It's clear. All right, it's clear that we at the end. You know, financial infrastructure. All right, you have the decay of humanity. You know, situations with these different diseases, pestilence, the earthquakes. All right, the looming famine. You know, and this is all gonna increase the wrathful behavior in people, man. Because like I was mentioning with the Jah report, You know, damn near half of the people that they did this case study on saying they suffering worker burnout. So that means people are they working a lot, they being overworked, and they're not getting paid enough to keep up with the cost of living. So that makes a person irritable, agitated, annoyed. You know, you go to a grocery store, you know, maybe 1 or 2 clerks working in the checkout, you know, because, you know, they not hiring people, they're not, you know, so they not fully staffed. First thing you hear behind me is like, come on, what the hell, man? This should be another person working. This don't make no damn sense. Then you go in the parking lot, motherfuckers is fighting over parking spots. You know, get on the freeway, people honking, driving, you know, everybody got somewhere to be real quick, everybody late, running behind. Imagine when the full store houses become suddenly empty, man. Imagine that.
And that just shows you that America is a first world country, man.
Yeah.
You know, because they got everything at ease from the tip of their hand. You don't gotta go to the grocery. You don't have to physically go to the grocery store and order food. You can order from the tip of your hand. Uber Eats, DoorDash.
Yeah.
You know, so when, like you said, when there's no food in the storehouse, man, people gonna get raffled very soon. It's gonna be, people gonna be cutthroat, man. You know?
Yeah, you're gonna really see the evil in people once the food is taken away. You know, and I remember when it was I want to say it was during Trump. Yeah, it was during Trump administration. It was a government shutdown, and you know these nigga women that work for the government, they stormed up to the White House, and they was demanding that oh, this is not right. You know, y'all got to do something about this. You know, and we can't. Man, we can't wait till Bahasham shut the whole show down. We want to see checkpoints. We want to see lockdowns. We want to see power outages. We want to see food shortages. We want to see these animals chewing on people.
Summary executions.
All right? We want to see these weaponized military vehicles mowing Jake down, running their ass over.
With dogs and shit.
You know? People getting pushed out of buildings. We want to see all that, man. We saw wickedness, right?
Yeah.
We saw these people in the alphabet community holding hands, kissing on the corner. You know, where I live at, you know, they got that little area right there, man. You will see 2 strong Edomite men holding hands, kissing. So we saw all the wickedness. Now we want to see judgment. Okay, we want to hold, can we hold, you get your precept real quick, whatever going on. It's one in Psalm 37.
2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
That's why the Lord got the prophets out. He's not holding his tongue. See, during slavery and civil rights movement and all that, prophets wasn't out there warning. The Lord was holding his tongue. He was letting Esau get with Jacob. You know?
Yep. And it says, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
So now the Lord got the prophets out, lifting their voice like a trumpet and showing my people their transgressions and Jacob their sins, roughly paraphrasing. So the Lord ain't hiding the transgression, what's right and what's wrong. The Lord got the prophets out here saying, look, eating abominable food is wicked, adultery is wicked, murdering is wicked, doing drugs is wicked, you women riding the carousel, dealing with this guy and that guy, that's wicked. You men taking other men's women, that's wicked. Did I mention the food? That's wicked. Extortion, that's wicked. Being a whoremonger, that's wicked. All right? False doctrines, that's wicked. The Lord is not holding his tongue no more. He's letting it all out. Esau's wicked. Esau's so-called white man. He's going to come down with great wrath. This is his future plans. All right? And amongst Esau, you got the nobles, which are the elites. So the Lord is letting it all come out right now, man.
That's why, like you said earlier, that's why the high leading thing in society now is misinformation.
Yeah.
You know, especially on avenues as YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. If you put a specific thing that goes with the truth on those specific avenues, they hit you on your block for 30 days because misinformation. You know, it says, "Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually."
Yeah, it's talking about those who died in the truth. You know, they go just like you read about Abel. You know, go and complain to the Lord. But that's also talking about us too, because we're sighing and we're crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst of this place. We're sighing because of the oppressor. All right, and just like you read in Exodus, it speaks about how the Lord heard the cry of his people in Egypt, which America is the modern day Egypt. He heard the cry of his people in Egypt, and he remembered the covenant that he made with his fathers, with their fathers, you know? So it's the same thing, but it's only gonna be for the elect. That's why, you know, you got Elder Apostle Ricard, he push prayer, bros pray, send your prayers up, you know, put the work in, offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, lay up treasures in heaven, you know? Do that video, study to show yourself approved, because doing these things will get you in good graces with the Lord, man. Because the average nigga that's a scammer on Instagram, he ain't worried about that. He worried about if them fake credit cards is gonna decline on him or not. You know, he's not worried about the end and all this. You know, he's worried about not getting caught by the feds. You know, the nigga woman is worried about, you know, when her lace front is gonna come in the mail because she's been tracking it on UPS. You know, makeup and the events that's coming up next weekend. It's finna be spring and summer, and they trying to get this trip in order. That's what they worried about. You know what I'm saying?
Taxes.
Taxes. Yeah, taxes. You know?
There's a lot of these females out here that got kids by 4 or 5 dudes, man, that's getting 15, 16 racks. Can't wait for it to get back. Ain't spending it on none of their kids, man. You know? As we in that season right now, but through the spirit, man, like the brother said, this is the, you know, what these people in the world are waiting for, man.
Yeah. That's why we wait for judgment to rain down. That's all you've been seeing. People just, like you were saying, people just drinking their food drop down. Yeah, you got it.
Proverbs 16 and verse 3, and it reads, "Commit thy works unto the Lord Yahawah, and thy thoughts shall be established." Now we're going to a NLT version. It says, "Commit your actions to the Lord, and your plans will succeed."
Yeah, what plans do we want? What thoughts do we want? Bro should be thinking about the kingdom, you know? Bro should be thinking about, I know me personally through the Spirit, I pray every morning, Lord willing, when the Spirit on me, for the Lord to put the Spirit on Esau to bring these prophecies to pass, man. You know? So as we commit our way to the Lord, we're doing the work, our thoughts, the Lord is going to have our thoughts come to pass, man. The prayers and stuff that we ask for is going to come, man. Bring the destruction of Babylon. Put the Spirit on Esau to push this chip. You know, bring Jacob's trouble. Humble the prideful and the haughty. Humble them. You know, and when you throwing your prayers up, throw the prayers with the curses. Every prayer, you know.
Yeah, because when the prophets, when the Lord started answering the prophets' prayers, you people are in danger, man.
Oh man.
You know, because the Lord surely won't act on the will of that prophet, man.
Yeah.
That's how the elect. You know, he was bringing out earlier, sign and crime. You know, they were on the saints of the Most High. Even though we don't have to verbally come out and say it sometimes, our spirit cries out, man. You know, we feel overwhelmed, and you know. And I gotta. I read it again. It says, "Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established." Man. You know, so it's gonna be a point in time. The Lord is gonna be, you know, answering his elect prayers, man, on a dime, man, quickly. You know, it's gonna be a point in time. The prayers of the Lord, they're not gonna be. Not saying the Lord is overlooking it, because He's not. He hears our prayers, but it's gonna be a point in time He's gonna act upon it, man.
Yeah, immediately, like he did with Elijah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. With Elijah was fire from the heavens and upon the 50.
Oh yeah, that was Elijah.
Yeah. Elijah. Lord answered the prayers quick.
Yeah.
You know, if I be a man of the Lord, I call fire down from the heavens and it rain down. So that's the type of marvelous works that the Lord is going to be doing. He's going to be hearing the prayers of the saints quick.
And you match that up with the fact that he sorely displeased with the heathen that are these, and that it's a righteous thing to recompense trouble. Because in the trouble, you put all that together.
Yeah.
You got a formula.
And sometimes, man, you want, fucking things up, man. But they so prideful. But we spiritual, man. We don't advocate, avenging ourselves. We let the Lord handle it, man.
And we sincerely crying out. We sincerely crying out. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things. All these wicked abominations is something. Can't be left unsaid.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Proverbs 16 and verse 5. It says, "Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished."
Yeah, so if you join a hand, that means you in alliance and you in agreement. If you down for the American system and you want this place to prosper, that means you're joining hand in hand with Esau. What you got?
Yeah, I had a scripture real quick because you was talking about the prayers. This is Philippians 4 and 6. "Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto Yahawah."
Yeah, so you want to make sure you're pushing the vibration of prayer, man. Yeah, we sigh and cry. We do the videos. We get on Esau. We get on the nigga woman. We speak about the things that's going to be surely coming to pass. But you also want to be establishing your connection with the Lord, man. Because you don't know what your lot going to be. You may be with brothers at the end, or you may be solo dolo, just you and whatever wisdom, knowledge, and understanding you've held fast, you held secure, and then your relationship with the Most High, man. Your relationship with Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. You don't want to wait till you in dire straits and you like, man, Lord, I know it's been a minute.
That's what the people of the world do, man. They'll go their whole life. You get an atheist go his whole life, I don't believe in God, but as soon as he about to get it, oh God,
get on his knees doing this,
he's about to get it.
All
that. And the churches do that too, man. These people go throughout the whole week, man, not even worried about the Lord. Saturday club, throughout the week, man. Television, nothing spiritual, man. And Sunday, all of a sudden, they become holier than now, man. Now we pray to the Lord and this and that. Or like the brother said, when there's some sort of type of trouble, when that check ain't coming to the mail and your rent, your rent due, that's when it's get on your knees 100 times a day. These people, hey, the thought of the Heavenly Father, Yahawashi, is not in these people's hearts. King David talked about how he prayed to the east 3 times a day, man. You're supposed to, when you wake up through the Spirit, you're supposed to pray to the Lord because you don't know how your day gonna go. Your day is already set, but when you wake up, with me personally, I like to do my prayer in the morning because you don't know what your whole day gonna bring, man.
Yeah.
You don't know. You might need some comfort throughout the day because something might happen. You threw that prayer up and the Lord have an angel, comfort you in some sort of type of way.
Yeah.
That's why the book of James says, we live our lives basically day by day because we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring.
And for these people to be prideful is vain because you can't even control if you can't control if you're gonna die or not. Like you say, why is the earth and ashes proud? Proverbs 16:7. And that man's ways please the Lord, he maketh his enemies to be at peace with him. Hey, that's please the Lord at the end of the day. You know, because when all this shit comes to a screeching halt, you know, at the end of the day, it's gonna be what did you do for the Lord? You know? Because all the accolades that you accomplished in this world, the fame, that shit gonna pass away.
Yeah, your own business that you done got off the ground, you making a little money, you ain't gotta depend on Esau. You know, the Lord is finna get real selfish, very selfish in these days. What you do for me? Okay, but what about me though? What you do for me though? You know? And these people gonna see the terror of the Lord, man. You know, what the Lord did in Turkey, that 50,000, we ain't heard that, man. You ain't heard that since just reading in the scripts, man.
Look, the prophet said it's going to be like that. Right now, you're seeing 20 people die, 30 people die, 400 people die, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But that's a big number right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, big number.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Or might have a sinkhole happening.
Yep.
Thousands of people get
Man.
swallowed up.
Man, just wait till the Lord just touch Babylon, man. You know, just touch it, man. Blow on it. You know, blow on it with an EMP. Blow on it with a destroyed infrastructure, man. Just blow on it, man. These people's gonna be changed overnight, man.
Remember that one time when we was by your house? Yeah, I forgot what happened. Some shit happened. I think a bus got into an accident. And then all of a sudden, all the women want to talk to you all of a sudden. You know? These women, they only talk to you when it benefits them.
Yeah.
They don't talk to you. They don't say hi just for common courtesy. You know?
This is Isaiah 32:2. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a cover from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So a man shall be a hiding place from the wind, like the brother mentioned, you woman, all right? Because when a time comes, all right, the wind that it's talking about is the destruction of this place, when all these calamities come. The man of the Lord, the scriptures talk about how he's going to make a man more precious than fine gold in Isaiah the 13th chapter. Lord willing, we're the man of the Lord. The man that you see here, we're going to be a hiding place from everything that's going on out here, man.
Yeah.
You know, and it's going to become known that strong woman mentality and all that's going to go out the window.
Yeah.
All right? That's going to go out the window.
And we already seeing the beginning phases of that, because the Lord, he deals with gradualism. You know, and that's the best way to kill your enemy. You gradually do shit. So right now, with the whole manosphere and the red pill, you got Jake in the world that's saying, oh, we're not dealing with the nigga woman no more. You know, we're not cold approaching the nigga woman no more. We going overseas, or we dealing with the, you know, other nations. You know, and who's the best advertisement for the strong, independent woman? The black woman, man. She's the face of, she's the mascot of women independence. The strong woman. You know?
Angela Bassett.
Yeah.
Type of woman. Black movies and shit.
Yeah.
Be alone.
And I'm gonna say this. I've been, you know, going, you know, here and there, just observing people watching. The nigga woman, I'm talking about older nigga woman, like from 35 on in their 40s. They now been checking for brothers. They've been looking at, you know, and I'm noticing the dynamic shifting, you know, because I'm pretty sure all these women is on social media. I'm pretty sure they coming across certain videos and these videos going in on women, you know. So I'm starting them to, and I remember Apostle Rakal said that too. He said he's starting to see the nigga woman looking and smiling and trying to, and I've been noticing that too, man. And that's another thing, I can, don't just be in the house, you know, get out, see certain things, you know, even if you, you know, go to a restaurant, you know, go lunchtime, they had a $10 special, sit down, you know, get you some sparkling water or whatever, get you a little, you know, the lunch special, $12, sit there and people watch, you know, People watch, you know, discern spirits, see what's going on. You know, that adds through the spirit to your testimony, to the stuff that you see, to the information that you bring out. You know, you start seeing certain things.
Yeah, I've been noticing that too.
Yeah.
Like when you don't acknowledge the nigga woman, they'll eventually say something to you first.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to you saying hi to them first.
Yeah.
You know. And when you look all, you know, rough looking, women actually speak to you more.
Yeah, because women, they like, that's why they like hood guys. Because they're rough, they so-called rough around the edges, you know? The Morris Chestnut and Shamar Moore and them niggas, women don't like niggas like that. You know, he get the smooth shaven face and,
Oh, hey.
you know, women, they like Apostle Hart recently said, they like Jake that's out, you know, reformed thugs, niggas that just got out of jail because they're rough. You know, they're rough around the edges, you know? And there was a study, another case study where it said something about women, they're more drawn to men that don't smile versus men that smile. So the smiley face guy and I mean, of course you're gonna laugh, you know, but just the guy that's just, you know, those dudes is just always laughing, smirking, and giggling, and the funny nigga, you know.
What the scriptures say, a wise man scarcely smiles.
Yeah.
You know?
Another thing too, if just because you don't see with your own eyes that woman is checking you out, they may be checking you out when you're not seeing them.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially at the gym.
Oh yeah.
Don't look directly at them. Look through the mirror, and you'll see them looking at you, bro. You'll see them. They may be looking dead at you, but then as soon as you look, you know they, you know, on the damn leg machine.
Yeah, I know when I go to the gym sometimes and I be shadow boxing. I be noticing them in the mirror. You know what I mean? Yeah, you fucking looking and shit. Cause that, like the brother's been going, that woman want protectors too, man. They like warriors, man. That's why a lot of these women go to the hood niggas. Oh, this is my protection. Oh, don't play with his dad. You know, his dad is crazy. They like that shit.
Yeah.
You know? I got to piece up for you. This is Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
That's talking about the Israelite man in the truth. Because these wicked Israelite men, they're reprobate silver. Right? The reprobate silver. Reprobate silver shall men shall call them because they're void of the Lord. Now, the men of the Lord, theirs fine gold. You know? They're fine gold. So this is talking about a man in the truth. In the correct doctrine. All right? The Lord is going to make a man more precious than fine gold. Because just as these women are able to see, women can look at a man and be like, oh, I can tell this nigga did a little time. You know? I can tell he a little rough around the edges. Oh, this nigga, he's a simp. I can get the girl, I can watch this. I can get this nigga to do anything for me. Just as women can see that, there's going to be a spirit on the men of the Lord, and women going to be like, you know what? I got to get with this one. You know, that spirit is going to come.
Isaiah 4:1 spirit.
Yeah.
You know, through the spirit, I know a lot of females that come across us brothers, they always say we different, man.
Yeah.
You know? Why? Because we that new man. We conduct ourselves in the ways of Yahawashi, Yahawashi, man. You know?
Remember when we was at Wingstop, me, you, and Kazak? Hey, bros had the stones on, and a little Instagram bitches was in there.
Yep.
And it was like, they spoke first. Where y'all from? Where y'all, you know?
I like those stones. I notice when I wear when I wear my pieces, a lot of females, which a lot of them females be into the tarot card reading. But still though, we different. We tell her what it's for. This is Revelations 21:3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of Yahawah is with men. He will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Yahawah himself shall be with them and be their power.
And the Lord gonna dwell in us in those new bodies Apostle Paul spoke about. Those extraterrestrial bodies, Hey, what's going on, brother? Yeah.
Brother, yeah, you give it to brother.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate
Thanks,
it,
brother.
brother.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it, man.
Bless you, brother.
I'm gonna stand here for a while if y'all don't mind.
Yeah.
we don't mind,
Yeah. Yeah, so the Lord is going to make a man more precious than fine gold. The Lord is going to level his men up, you know, because there's going to be power that's going to be enabled. You know, when there's no food and water out here, the Lord is going to be doing things and lifting up standards like he did for Elijah, which there was birds sent to Elijah to bring him his daily provisions. You know, even during the time of Elisha, it was some food that was toxic, or some water that was toxic. Huh? And he was able to decontaminate it, right? He was able to decontaminate it. During the time of Elisha, there was a man hewing. He had borrowed an axe, and he was hewing a tree, and the head of the axe fell into the water. All right, which, you know, typically an axe is made out of iron. That's going straight to the bottom of the water.
Right.
Elijah came near, and the axe floated on the water, and he grabbed it. So standards is going to be lifted up for the man of the Lord, man.
It's Psalms chapter 110, verse 3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power.
Yeah, because right now, you know, they got the incredulity, they got the imaginations, they got the disbelief. But when the Lord sends that power out, they're going to be willing. Willing to what? Believe. Willing to follow. That's when the multitude is going to come in. You know? Once the Lord do one miracle with the apostles, or whoever the Lord want that spirit to rest on, you know, if it starts off with the apostles, other brothers are going to be motivated. Oh, well, if the apostles did it, we can do it too. Go out there, call on the Lord, boom, do whatever. Do something, heal somebody. Then it's going to be a domino effect. All the people that the Lord dealing with, power is going to be resting upon them. Esau ain't going to be able to hide it, especially if it's live streaming. Esau ain't going to be able to hide it. People going to be willing to gram all down. All right? They're going to be holding their disabled children, you know, holding their disabled children, bringing them to the man of the Lord. They're getting whole, walking. People that was blind from their birth, getting healed. You know, people that's been in the hospital, they're going to be coming, the IV, the whole IV thing. Walking down the street with the IV thing, getting healed.
That story of Black Jesus, when you actually go into it, when you go into the YouTube video a dude made of it, basically, like your brother said, Esau, brothers ain't gonna be able to hide it, because in that video, Esau got a thing to where if he starts seeing men with the capabilities, like I think his name was Simeon Atoko, you know, when he starts seeing men out here with those specific abilities, they're gonna rush in and come and try to halt it. Right? They have a plan devised against men that, you know, they believe like, oh damn, if he came down and he's saying other men that they're going to be able to do things like I've done, you ain't going to be able to stop them. Esau got a whole devised plan when they see brothers out here healing and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, what did it say, Janus and Jambres, you know, that were trying to combat the Lord with Moses and Aaron through their witchcraft. That's why we always call this, that's why we call this place Egypt all over again. Because it's going to be the same thing. How is Esau going to try to combat the Lord's healing, you know, with his own? Do they medicals, man? You know? Do they what do you call them? I want a buzzword. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just
but
they,
you know,
just a hospital system.
yeah, they hospital system, man. It's going to be the same thing, but the Lord's always going to counteract that.
Yeah.
They come with this. Guess what? Oh, this can heal that. Well, guess what? The Lord's going to truly heal it, man.
Yeah.
You know?
See, Esau, through his medical system, he heals. He doesn't heal people. He just cured for a season. You know, nobody is ever healed. They're just cured. I mean, nobody's cured or healed. They're just treated for a certain amount of time, and it comes back. You know, but the power that we serve, he's going to be doing great marvels, man. Making people. It speaks about certain individuals being made whole. Whole mean 100%. You know?
When that start happening, man, that's our lives gonna change.
Yeah.
No more working, no more money.
Oh yeah, no. You can't through the Spirit of the Lord, a miracle happens, and then that Monday you at work, and you on your phone at your cubicle looking at the video, you know, you know.
Your co-workers, all the ones that, you know, they don't, hey, that was such and such, man, I didn't know you know.
Co-workers bring you lunch. No, ain't none of that. I don't know if you like bacon, but this is a bacon
Right.
burger.
I got a precept real quick. Because like the brother said, your life is going to change. Just like when Yahawashi came on the scene, there was people following him. Why? You know, it said fame spread about. So like, this is Matthew 4 and 23. And Yahawashi went about Galilee, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom and healing all manner of sickness and all manner of disease among the people.
And he was actually healing people. You got people who are scoffers and disbelievers say that he wasn't actually healing people, that was figurative. No, he was actually healing people, man.
And his fame went throughout all Syria, and they brought unto him all sick people that were taken with diverse diseases and torments, and those which were possessed with devils, and those which were lunatic, and those that had palsy, and he healed them.
Yeah, so when Yahawashi was doing these miracles, it spread word of mouth. Oh, it's a man, you know, it's Yahawashi from Nazareth, though. It's the one from Nazareth. He's actually healing people. Oh, for real? All right, well, where he be at? Oh, he be in the area, you know, he's been in this area. He's been teaching in this particular area. We won't go down there and find him. They bring in granddad, they bring in grandma, their little son with the broke his arm, fell on his arm, and never healed back right. Bringing him down there, bringing people who were bugged out, you know, with different, you know, mental diseases, mental ailments, you know, and Yahawashi, he was making them whole. He was healing them. And that's going to come back, man.
Big mama from soul food, got a leg amputated.
Yeah, and this so-called white man system, he don't have all the power, man. This medicine that the so-called white man got going on in his system, that's not the end-all be-all, man.
Right.
We got a power that's way more powerful than what the so-called white man got. In fact, to go deep, the Lord gave the so-called white man this power, man.
Yeah.
See, we don't look at the so-called white man, which is biblical nationality, as Esau, as just so high and powerful. All right, we look at him as an instrument that the Lord used. You know, a tool that the Lord used that he can just throw it back in the toolbox and grab another one. I need the wrench now. You know.
Put him away for 1,000 years.
Yeah. Shut him up.
Yeah, because Esau is a nobody, man. You know, the only reason he has all this, you know, recognition and fame because, you know, he's the ruler of Babylon. Yeah. And because the Lord gave him that power. You know, and this is a people whom the Lord hates.
Right.
You know, basis of men.
Yeah.
So how much more, man? How much more the Lord gonna do for His elect? He start putting the spirit on the elect to heal brothers.
That's right.
You know, but I got St. John 3 and verse 27. This is John the Baptist speaking. Because John the Baptist, he was the cousin of Lord Yahawashi. And it reads, John 3 and 27. John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven.
Yeah, so yeah. And then when you read in Revelation 6, it speaks about how power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. So who did Esau receive the power from? You know? All this technology that Esau got, the planes, the Lord gave it to him. Just like Noah. You know, the Lord came to Noah and told him the measurements for the ark. Oh, it should be this long, it should be this tall, you should put windows around it, put doors on it, all right? Then when you get the clean animals by sevens, and then the unclean animals by twos. And Noah went out and he did that. He gave it, you know, it was a vision, and he went out and did it. So when Esau, you know, the Wright brothers, they were trying to figure out the planes, you know, the Lord was giving them giving them that intel to create the planes.
You know, the scriptures say that the Lord sendeth instructions to the man not sleep. You know.
Oh yeah. Let me find that real quick. Yeah. Job 30, something? Yeah. Yeah, we're not giving Esau all the praise over here, man.
That's what these heathens do, man.
Yeah, because, can we hold on deck? They wandered after him. Wandered after him. Yeah. This is Job 33, verse 15. In the dream, in the vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men and slumberings upon the bed.
Yeah. Hey, that goes to show you the programs of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
You know, everybody. Because your day, the Lord instills the instructions for your next day, you know, in your slumber, in your sleep, man.
There you go. Then he opened the ears of men and sealeth their instructions.
Yeah. So your daily day, the Lord already instructed how you going to move for that day, what you going to eat, who you going to run into, you know. The Lord instructs every man himself. So Esau, Edom, like the brother was bringing out, these specific inventors that Esau, Edom had, you know, the Wright brothers and stuff that invented these airplanes, the Lord instilled that instruction in them, man. Yeah. That's why when you read in the scriptures, sometimes, you know, the Lord will send a vision to a prophet or somebody, look, get up and move this way when you get up, or go that way.
Oh, then, Joseph, yeah. Yeah, when Joseph, the biological father of our Lord Yahawashi, Gabriel was coming to him and was telling him, hey, look, in the vision, look, take the woman, don't be ashamed to take Mary, thy wife, and a little child. Yep. You know, going to Egypt. You know, going to Egypt. And then he was in Egypt for a time because we had communities in Egypt. Yep. Israelite communities in Egypt. All right? And then angel came to Joseph and said, hey, go back to Israel, because the men that sought to kill thee are now dead. You know? So you gotta imagine, Joseph, he woke up from the dream and he told, hey babe, it's time to go. You know, we're gonna go back to Israel. Oh, but wait a minute, they was trying to kill us years back. Don't even worry about that. Everything good now. But what about our child? That's too far. He too young for that. No, let's go. You know?
And the Lord did the same thing for Moses.
Oh yeah.
When he was he was gone for 40 years. The Lord said all the people that sought you, they all dead.
Yeah, probably the same angel that came to him.
I got that. Yeah. Revelation 13:3. And I saw one of his heads as it were rooted to death, and his deadly wound was healed.
And this is talking about the Roman Empire. Because the Roman Empire, it went down. And our elders and apostles go into this all the time for a space of 1,000 years. After Domitian, you know, you start having Jakes get into positions of power in the Roman Empire. You had the four good emperors, and the Antonine dynasty, going all the way up to Constantine the Great, which those were Israelites. Now, from there, 325 AD to the 1300s, Esau started getting back into power during the Renaissance period. You know, you had the bubonic plague that happened in Europe, which you had Israelites all throughout Europe, okay? Germany, Ireland, Scotland, Britain, you know, all these different places, Rome, Italy. You had Israelites, so-called black people, all right, Hispanics and Native Americans, all throughout those parts. And the bubonic plague came, started knocking it down, and then you had the Ottoman Turks. The Ottoman Turks, they were Edomites who practiced Islam. They took down Byzantium. And then you had the Renaissance period. So that was one of the heads that was wounded, and it came back during the Renaissance period. The Renaissance period is the rebirth. Rebirth of Esau coming back into power, rebuilding the desolate places.
Add on to saying, the last Byzantine emperor was Constantine. What's the X and I in the Roman numerals?
X and I. X, that's
11, right?
Is that 20 or 11?
That's 10.
X is 10. X and I is 11.
Yeah, X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 11.
So Constantine the 11th of Pelagos, and you know, he fell to the Ottoman Turks in 1453.
Yeah.
The last emperor of the Byzantine Empire.
Yeah.
It says, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast.
All the world wondered after the beast. The beast isn't talking about a picture. The beast is talking about a kingdom. All right, and this kingdom has a great military. Right? That's this system. So all people wondered after him. Because in this system, the American system, you had the American dollar, right? All these nations follow after the American dollar. The American military, you got over 800 military bases all throughout the world. The whole Western culture, all these nations follow after the Western culture. You see Kim Jong-un with a suit on. That's something the Edomites, so-called white men, fashion. Those Koreans and Chinese, they have their ancient garb. Why aren't they wearing that? They follow after the philosophies, the democracy, appointing their kings and their leaders. You know, they got the infrastructure, the way their cities look. They all look like a place over here. You know, so these kingdoms, they follow after this infrastructure, this power structure of Esau here in America, which is Babylon the Great.
Yeah, because it's saying that if you can't beat them, then join them.
Yeah.
So these heathens, they know they can't defeat Esau because power was given to Esau, Yahawah, so they know they can't defeat him, so they're going to join them.
That's why they got their planes. That's why the petrodollar is the top currency. They got to trade their currency in for American currency to buy oil. You know?
Yeah, because the petrodollar, that's the number one dollar currency in the world.
Yeah.
You know, the Federal Reserve note. So, you know, that's how you know America is in power.
Yeah.
It has all this influence, you know, leading all these fast food restaurants, McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know,
KFC in Egypt.
Yeah, so all that, all those fast food restaurants originated in America.
Yeah. Oh, and then the American language.
Yeah.
The American language is the dominant language throughout the world. You can go to Philippines, you know, they language, you know, you got the Tagalog or whatever languages, but the second language is English. You go to India, you know, Bangladesh, New Delhi.
A lot of countries in Africa.
A lot of countries. Why is their second language English and not some other language? It's because America is that ruling fist throughout the world, man. And all these nations follow after. Oh shit.
Yeah, when you speak English, especially if you're speaking
Got it.
fluently, they look at you as high value. You know, especially if you're Israelite.
You know,
You know, that's why the passport boys is going over there.
Yeah.
Because a woman like Jake by default, but they like Jake because he speaks English. And he's from America, so you know.
Hey, brother, have you heard of the Mark of the Beast?
the 666, I'm just asking.
Oh, okay. All right, you got to find a call.
Yeah, so
Just asking.
I got it right.
yeah, so very soon, brother. These people
I
right
know I
here.
didn't get no vaccine.
Oh, that's right, brother.
That's
That's right, brother. He gonna let you know something.
Yeah, so very soon, these people, the so-called weapon, the elites, they're gonna cause. You read the scripture, so
Trying to passport. I got a passport, but now it ain't electronic.
Yeah, that's good. Because everything is going electronically, like digital, you know. Because that's why you gotta pay with your debit card, you got a chip on your debit card, you got Cash App, Apple Pay. Everything is going digital, because it's gonna be a digital currency very soon.
It's Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causes all both small and great.
Now, he is a so-called white man, you know, which their biblical nationality are the Edomites. And they are the wicked, according to the Bible.
Yep. Rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Yeah, so very soon, in the near future, because it's going to be an economy class very soon. And they're going to usher in the digital currency, which will be this, the RFID chip, you know, which will be right here.
Everybody gonna have to get it.
Yep.
If you want to be a part of the
That's
system.
what I'm saying, because they cut you out, you won't be able to
Right,
eat or
right.
nothing.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah. So that's
society.
cashless society. So, yep, you got it.
It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark.
Right, so whoever doesn't have the RFID chip won't be able to buy or sell them. Like you were saying, people are going to be off grid. So, but those that are tapped into society, that invested in the society, they're going to be the main ones taking the chip. The non-believers, the non-elect. You got it.
It says, or the name of the beast. Let's see if I can read over. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Now 666, that links up to the barcode, which is the UPC code.
I remember when they came out with that.
Yeah, this is to track all transactions,
Yeah.
you know, and currency and stuff.
They
So,
didn't used to have it.
yep, so the first line, the middle line, and the last line represents 666, which that's just the number that they go by. That's their, vibration, you know. But if you take the chip, you will be destroyed in this fashion by way of nuclear missiles
Are you gonna take it?
During World War III.
during World War III.
Are you gonna take it?
No.
No.
We can't take
We're
Lord
gonna-
willing.
Lord willing. We're going to trust in the Lord.
We gonna, okay.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we ain't gonna die. We gonna trust in the Lord. He
Yeah,
gonna-
yeah.
Exactly.
Now the name of the Lord, I know you per personal time won't tell the name of the Lord.
Yeah, so the name of the Lord is in Hebrew. We the Hebrew Israelites and the Heavenly Father Yahawah. The Heavenly Father and the Son have Hebrew names. So the Heavenly Father name, the word called God, his name is Yahawah. And he reads the Hebrew from right to left.
Yeah.
Yahawah.
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 Which means he is.
Yahawah.
Yahawah.
Yeah. Which means he is, he exists, or he to be. And his only begotten Son name is, the word he called Jesus Christ, his name is Yahawashi, which means he delivers or he is the Savior. Yahawashi.
Yahawah.
Who shall
Yahawah.
Yahawah.
Yahawashi. There you go.
Yahawah.
There you go.
Yahawah.
Yahawashi.
That's Hebrew.
Yep. They're not the true names of our power, of our God, that we call upon in a time of distress when we make our prayers to the Lord. Because that's how we're going to get up out of here is through the will of the Lord.
See,
we're
I
not.
can't even put now.
Yep. So, you got something?
Yeah, this is so like Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent.
Yeah, so in the last days which we're living in now, the true Israelite believers are going to call upon the true name of the Lord in Hebrew. You know? And that's what we're doing now, because the true Israelites is, you're an Israelite. What tribe you on this side would you?
Look on the other side.
This side's our they call us now.
Wait, let me ask you before I ask you that. How far did this go back you was talking about? I forgot what you said, but how far did it go back?
As far as what? Like,
What you said?
These names,
That's
The Hebrew?
biblical. It's biblical.
the names,
It goes
these
back
are the
to
same
Bible.
names
Yeah.
Adam was called.
Yeah.
Back in Adam time?
Yeah.
I don't know what time that is. but I guess-
Yeah, so Adam goes back probably about what?
About
About 5,000 years ago.
5,000.
Yeah, because the Egyptian Empire was 3,500 years, and roughly about 5,000 years. That's when Adam was on the scene.
Okay, you said, what you say, Egypt?
Yeah, Egypt. Yeah,
okay.
Egypt was on the scene about 3,500 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Adam go back to about 5,000 years.
So which came first, Adam or Egypt?
Oh, Adam came first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Remember, as
so-
the time goes, it's just hard to explain, but
Okay.
so right now we're in 2023. So going back, it'll go down, right? And then the time the Lord Yahawashi was on the scene, it'll start going back up. Yeah.
Okay, so you ain't I'm a born in America, Negro, when
Yeah.
white
Uh-huh.
people be
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
here.
Yeah. So you'll be in the tribe of Judah.
Judah.
That's the same
Chief
tribe.
line, yeah.
Chief tribe. That's the head tribe of the
There's
nation
a
Israel.
lion sleeping too.
Yeah, there you go.
Because the true Israelites are the Negroes Latino Americans. We are the true Israelites. And the tribe of Judah is the number one tribe, the head of tribe of the nation of Israel. Which that's the same tribe our Lord, who people call Jesus Christ. That's the same tribe he descended from.
Israel, that Israel over there.
That's our land.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the land I was giving us.
Can you go to Jerusalem, which is above the throne?
Yeah, but I see that guy. Do y'all remember the vegan guy who was over there? And he said, nah, he was over there. He was Israelite, I think, over in Israel.
Oh, Yahweh ben Yahweh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, he was a vegan. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't say nothing about him. He was over in Egypt.
Yeah, he knew he was an Israelite. But,
That's what I said.
Yeah. But we don't know too much about him.
Me neither. I was just saying.
But we know he went over there in the 70s. And
okay.
he subscribed to the teachings of him being an Israelite, which he was an Israelite.
Okay, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
I know he's vegan. He had all this kind of fight eating
Oh, yeah?
vegan and everything.
Oh, okay.
Sunday.
Okay.
I don't know. Because
Yeah,
I'm a vegan. That's why I
good.
said that.
Okay.
Because I know he fighting.
Oh, okay.
That's just something.
Now, this is Galatians chapter 4, verse 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Yeah, so Jerusalem is our true homeland, not Africa. Because the motherland. So, because in Africa, the reason why
Over in Israel.
Israel, Jerusalem.
And Israel is Southwest Asia. It borders Africa, but it's classified as Southwest Asia. Southwest Asia.
Jerusalem, where they got that, they make the Temple of the Mountain.
With Muslims.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, you got other nations in there trying to proclaim the
fighting
land.
over something over
Yeah.
here.
And that's how you know that those are not the true people, because according to prophecy, once the real people go back there, there isn't going to be any war and division.
Yeah, because in our land is filled with strangers, which are the Arabs and the so-called white men, and that's not their land that they were given to from the Heavenly Father Yahawah. That's our land, the Lord.
Now, this is Ezekiel 36:2. Thus saith Yahawah power, because the enemy hath said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession.
Which the ancient high places is our land. His enemy is talking about the so-called white people. Because through the Balfour Declaration, you ever heard of that?
Was that when they split up Africa or something?
It was just like some signed documents so that these people, the so-called white men, which they call themselves Jews, they not the real Jews. That was just some paperwork, documents, so they can be, so they can validate, so they can take our land. So they're in our land right now, but they're not the true people. Because
what land did they take? Everything?
Israel. Israel.
It says, therefore prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord our power, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are in infamy of the people. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord power. Thus saith the Lord power to the mountains, and to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys, to the desolate wastes, and to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about. That's how you know it's talking about that land right there, because they have to import and export trees in and stuff. That land is cursed because the true people we're not in there, so they can't grow stuff in that land. They have to export and import out.
They had something called the kibbutz, where they imported, like the brother said, imported all these different trees and different things. But when we go back to the land, and we talked about it earlier, the Lord is going to beautify it with all type of sweet smelling trees and
Have anybody been over there yet to Israel?
Yeah, you got certain people that went over there, but the way that we're going to go back,
I got a passport.
But the prophecy says that the Lord is going to bring us to our land.
Yeah.
Right?
And he's
going
to rescue us out of the land of the north. This is the land of the north. So this is what we're supposed to be rescued.
Yeah.
Of course, scripture.
I was just talking about visiting.
Oh, visiting. Yeah, you can.
Sorry about that.
It says, verse
we hear
5.
people that get the passport and they want to move and live over there. But you got to join the Israeli army.
That's what I'm saying. You just can't go over there. That's what I'm saying. You just ain't can't go over there.
And it's no point anyway because the real deliverance is going to be namely over here in America. So,
That's what I'm saying.
you go, yeah, you might go visit or something, but it's nothing that's really geared towards like, oh, I'm trying to. You got some guys that's a part of the faith that go over there and you got to go move back over there. Which that land is going to get the same judgment because the heathen is there in there as this place is going to get thermonuclear destruction.
And if you visit that place, brother, you will see people that's imitating you.
Yeah.
And then you go into the temple, and if you do go into certain areas, you got to put on the hat.
Yeah.
You got to put that little hat on, the little condom.
Yeah, it's not.
Cover your crime, which ain't cool.
Verse 5, it says, therefore thus said Yahawah power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart.
Now, Idumea are these people. So it says that a particular nation have appointed the Lord's land to themselves. All right, like the brother was going into the Balfour Declaration. Goes into them basically creating a law for them to possess this land, the land of Israel.
And it says, my land into their possession with joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey.
See, with despiteful minds, so they did it having a secret, agenda.
Prophesied therefore concerning the land of Israel, and saying to the mountains and to the hills, to the rivers, to the valleys, thus said Yahawah power, behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because you have borne the shame of the heathen.
Yeah, so you got heathens in there. A heathen is a nation that's outside of the Israelites, the true nation.
It said, and it said that land had borne the shame of the heathen because that land was specifically for Israel. It wasn't supposed to be inhabited by any other nation outside the number one nation, Israel. These people aren't supposed to even be over there. That's why I said born the shame of the heathen. And now you got specific heathen like the Chinese, which their biblical nationality is Moab, and the Japanese, which their biblical nationality is Ammon. They're trying to say that they have their bloodline. They have some of their bloodline are these people right here, which is false.
Yeah. You probably have some scattered over there.
Yeah,
But as a nation in a whole, they don't go back there. Then the Ethiopians. What's the Ethiopians? They go back to the actual real Africans. The Egyptians. Those are the real Africans. We're not those people. First off, those Africans, those actual Africans, them Egyptians, they don't grow beards. That's a nation of people that, even if you look at certain YouTube videos, certain South Sudanese, because the Egyptians are they call today the South Sudanese. They don't even grow beards. We as a people, we grow beards. We're different people.
They like to.
That's just one example. And having a beard, that's your manly, masculine trait.
Lion's mane.
Somebody gonna cut it out.
Oh no, you keep it. Keep it rough.
This is Ezekiel 36 and 8. This is beautiful right here. It says, but ye, O mountain of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and give your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come. That's the spirit, because right now the world's gearing up towards World War III, and that land over there, Israel, guess what? They're going to be in the middle of it, because what we talked about earlier, the third woe, World War III, you're going to have Israel, you're going to have China, you're going to have Russia, Iran, and it says, for my people are at hand to come in the midst of World War III, the Lord, who he called Yahawashi, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ, he's going to deliver us throughout the four corners of the earth and bring us actually back into that land. But before we can go into that land, it has to be cleansed, right? And that's what a whole part of World War III is, because in the midst of World War III, these other countries are going to shoot missiles at each other,
And that's end-time prophecy.
Yep.
I got a scripture on how the Lord will destroy our land, Israel, before we get back into it. Ezekiel 38 and verse 19 through 20. Verse 19, for in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel. And what's going to cause a great shaking? The missiles. You know? It says, verse 20, so that the fishes of the sea and the fowls of the heaven and the beasts of the field and all creeping things that creep upon the earth and all the men that are upon the face of the earth shall shake at my presence. And the mountains shall be thrown down, and the steep places shall fall, and every wall shall fall to the ground. So it's prophesied that Israel will be destroyed.
Okay, now you was saying something about that. You don't supposed to go over there because that's our land. I didn't catch
I
that.
didn't say we was supposed to.
Well,
go
I
over
was
there.
trying to catch what you said.
What I said was, this is the land we're going to be rescued from, according to Scripture.
So ain't no
the
need.
land of the north.
So ain't no need going
I mean,
over.
if you're already over here, you shouldn't leave here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You go somewhere where you're not going to be rescued. Stay where you
And the reason the reason why the brother put focus on that, because there's other groups that go out and teach like us. They push fleeing out of here.
Yeah, flee Babylon.
Yeah. But the Lord is gonna deliver us out of here.
Place it here in America is where it's going to take place
A great deliverance. Just like in Egypt, you read about Egypt, how the Israelites were delivered out of Egypt. In America, a remnant of Israel, the elect, is going to get delivered out of this place before it's destroyed.
Yahawashi is going to judge and make war.
okay.
So that's right here, but they got
Now, Lord, we're going to pay back for what the white man did to us. He put us in slavery, the transatlantic slave trade. What he did to the so-called Native American Latinos, the Indian Removal Act, Trail of Tears. The so-called white man got to pay for all that.
all that.
Okay. What they say, like karma, what comes around goes around.
The Bible says you reap what you sow.
We what you sow, that one too.
Yeah. And the prophecy said that the blood shall uncover the slain.
Right.
So everything that they've done is all going to get exposed.
Did the son say about the blood gonna be up to your eyebrows or something?
Oh, that's in Revelation 19, I believe. Yeah. It's just parabolic for how much death.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In Isaiah 66, it speaks about the slain of the Lord shall be many. So it's a lot of people going to die in the time coming. Right?
It's Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord will be many, shall be many.
There's going to be millions of people out here put to death. The ones that's going to be saved are the people who believed in the doctrine, believed in the names, and ultimately was predestinated for salvation from the foundation of the earth to receive mercy in the time to come.
Well, what about that? What about Bill Gates? Ain't he trying to get land to poison people or something?
Yeah, he's all a part of that whole system of wickedness. You know, and he's being directed by these elites. All right, because those train derailments that's been happening all throughout these last couple of weeks. The company that owns those trains that derail, he's behind them. Bill.
You know what? I ain't even been hearing about no trains real.
I'm gonna have to say Gil Gates because the algorithm. Gil Gates. He's behind all that, and those train derailments, the places where they derailed at, is conveniently placed. They conveniently happen along areas where there's rivers and streams of water that dump into farmland.
Right.
And he's supposed to be the largest farm owner in there. He doing something big, did you say?
Yeah. Because the scriptures speak about in the end times of famine. So in the Bible, it speaks about there's going to be a lack of food and water and stuff like that.
So if he's doing that, we got to eat that food or what? I'm saying.
No. Well, what's going to happen is when it is a famine, the Lord will feed us.
Right? You got to worry about them, what they putting in the food.
Yeah, and the brother going to get it real quick.
This is Isaiah 65 and 13. It says, therefore thus said Yahawah of power, behold, my servants shall eat, like ye shall be hungry.
Now the servants is the elect, starting with the prophets. They're going to eat. Go ahead.
So we ain't got to worry about being hungry.
No, the Lord will feed us.
Okay.
There's accounts of it being a famine and the Lord providing food.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for a joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit.
And those people that crying for sorrow of heart and howl for vexation of spirit are the unbelievers, because they're going to get destroyed. You know? But it's going to get so crazy out here. The scriptures speak about cannibalism.
Oh, man.
Yeah, in Isaiah 9.
Ain't he a Israelite? I seen him.
Yeah.
He doing all that and all that. He had got a lot of people out there marching and stuff.
Yeah. See,
That's a sign of a false
but
Oh, okay.
yeah, he teach some truth. You can learn a lot from Bishop Nate
Yeah, I
and
heard that. I
IUIC.
listened to him before.
Yeah, you can learn a lot. But what you're not gonna learn is what we taught you in regards to the mark of the beast. He says the mark of the beast is sin. But the brother went into it how you gotta buy and sell with this particular
Let me
mark.
help you, brother.
I got it. I got it.
You got your cane too?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I got to put effort on it, man.
Yeah.
I put that effort in, man. That's something
Yeah, that's
good
what I've
for
been
you.
doing. My back messed up too, so I gotta do that one. But yeah, so you can learn a lot from Bishop Nate and the IUIC congregation, but what you're not gonna learn is the true breakdown of the mark of the beast, which the brother broke down to you beautifully, all right? Which is implantable technology.
Yep.
They say that this,
Yeah.
show you this, this is the mark of the beast. This is what they say it is. This. But remember, the brother read that you can't buy or sell without it. How can you buy and sell with that? Are people going to go to the grocery store and have this picture and say, here go this picture? That don't make sense.
Where we at right now?
So we're in a time where the Lord is gathering his people. Can we get forward real quick? This is the time of prophecy. We're at the end. We're at the end of. When the scriptures speak about the end of the world, it's not talking about planet Earth exploding. It's talking about an end of an empire, end of a kingdom. We're in the end of the rulership of Esau, which the top place or the seat or the throne of this horde is America.
Baruch 4:37. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of God.
So we're in a part of the prophecy where the Lord is gathering his sheep. And the gathering is by his word, by his doctrine. And the believers, they believe it, call upon the name of the Lord, they will rehearse the righteous acts, and they endure to the end, right? Giving themselves to prayer and keeping the commandments the best you can, which we can't keep all of them because we're in captivity, but we rehearse, meaning we practice, keeping it.
When y'all was down there, did they make y'all move from down there?
We was never down there.
I mean, I see.
I think it was IUIC that was it.
Oh, that's who. Yeah, I'm saying. See, I get you different.
Yeah, we be here and then we'd be
Okay,
up the blocks.
I was trying to see some difference. See,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They was down there. But you know what I be doing? I know y'all said that's the false prophet right there.
Who's that?
Farrakhan.
Yeah.
I be going up on Manchester, Vermont, to their meetings on Sunday.
Yeah, they bring out some things, but the God Allah, which that's a Hebrew word, just means God. That was set up by the Roman Catholic Church. That religion was set up by the Roman Catholic Church. And the Quran doesn't have any prophecies in it. In fact, when you go into the book of Quran, it speaks about the children of Israel are the people with the light. Okay?
Can I ask you, do y'all got that African Bible? I got an African Bible. What's the difference between, I got Bible, I got an African Bible. What's the difference between that African Bible?
African Bible.
I'm just saying, I had the black Bible, they had something like black Bible.
You talking about the black character, so-called black characters in it?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Something
okay.
like that, yeah.
Okay.
It just blank out.
Well, yeah. I saw a Bible that had like the characters in there and stuff.
Yeah,
like
like I got an African Bible.
Yeah.
I was reading out this book called the Black Bible something. It was telling me about the black. See, that's what I'm saying. I was thinking about black, because
Right.
they always think everything white.
Yeah. No, black. That was a social construct that was put on us.
That's what I know.
You know,
I'm saying, put
this
some
black
color in it or something.
This black means void of light.
Yeah.
Black has a negative connotation to it. So we the children of Israel.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
can
Put,
say
from our
different shades of brown.
From our respective tribes.
From light skin brown to dark skin.
They always had a plot to
Israelites.
Yeah, they always had a plot to keep
You know
us
what?
to be a nation.
I mean, I can't give you saying that, but I know I heard it before.
Yeah.
Israelites.
That's our true
Yeah.
nationality.
So go at me, he would never tell you this in the school system. None of that. That's that. He paid off. He spent billions of dollars in these school systems for us not to wake up to who we really are, being a true Israelites.
Okay, now is that Ethiopian Bible the oldest Bible or what? I see where it said Ethiopian Bible was old. I don't know.
I think the oldest Bible is the Geneva Bible.
That's what I'm saying. I seen that too.
Yeah.
I seen that.
Yeah.
It said, I don't know what that word
But the
is. Come
Ethiopians,
from.
the Ethiopians isn't the children of Israel. They
Okay.
the children of Israel descend from Noah's son Shem. The Ethiopians descend from Noah's son Ham. So from the line of Shem goes all the way down to Faxad, Nahor, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Jacob followed the Israelites. The Ethiopians, they from a whole nother seed.
Okay.
They're
I know
whole
this
nother
whole
people.
following.
Yeah.
But where did that Bible you just say come from?
The
Yeah.
the Geneva Bible.
Yeah.
You gotta do your research.
That's
but
what I know.
It came before the King James 1611.
Who was that? What
Now,
people was that?
now, King James, he was a so-called black
No, I'm
man.
saying, who was the Geneva Bible? Who was the people?
I believe the Geneva Bible was originally written in Latin. Like I said, it's been a minute since I.
People. Who was the people back in that time?
Well, during that time, you had Israelites in Europe. We were speaking about it earlier. You had Israelites in Europe, and during the time of King James, he had scholars to come together to.
So King James had something to do with the Geneva Bible.
No. I was talking about the King James 1611.
Okay, go ahead.
But like I said, as far as the Geneva Bible, it's been a minute. We gotta.
Okay,
go into
so the King James Bible came after the Geneva Bible. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and then our leaders, our elders, individuals that teaches us, they didn't went through the Geneva Bible and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, they have.
But at the end of the day, we believe that the Lord, according to prophecy, is going to lead us a pathway back to Him. So the book encompassed the Comforter, right? Our Lord Yahawashi spoke about it. Which the Comforter is the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive. So in order for us to have this truth, there will have to be something that is used for us to get back to Him, and we know it's the Bible. You know, so it's different translations. When we go through them and we discern them through the Spirit.
This is St. John chapter 14, verse, I'm going to start at 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments, and I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth with you, and shall be in you. I will not leave you comfortless, I will come to you. And the way that he came to us is through the book. The Spirit of the scriptures talk about how the Spirit of the Lord, he comes in the volume of the book. Right? So the Comforter is the actual Bible, but the Lord has to actually open your understanding for you to get the comforts and the mysteries out of it, according to Amos 3:7. He revealeth the mysteries. You got it.
Yeah, because it's the Spirit that comes with the book, the Holy Spirit, which is understanding.
And the revealings of the secrets and the mysteries and the prophecies, you're going to have a collective group that will have one doctrine, one faith, one truth, and that will encompass doctrine. So it's not going to be this side got one understanding of what they believe the truth is, this group got one understanding. It's going to be one truth.
One interpretation.
You know, it's going to be one interpretation.
You've been in New York before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was born in church. Then I went to Farrakhan. But I used to live up in New York. That's why all of them used to be on the corner at too.
Oh, yeah.
But I never could get into that. I was always this way.
Yeah. It probably just wasn't your time.
Yeah, because
It probably just wasn't your time. I mean, I'm pretty sure those brothers who saw people on the corners, didn't realize it, and then one day the Spirit led them to go check it out, and they got enlightened, and now they teach.
you have been up on the corner in New York teaching?
Huh?
You have been up in New York teaching?
No. Oh, yeah. Me and this brother.
That's what
We
I'm
was
saying.
in Rochester, New York.
See what I'm saying? I used to be, I ain't been to Rochester, but
Yeah, we us three been in New York.
Bronx.
See, that's what I'm saying. No, I've been to all 5 boroughs. I've been to Buffalo. I've been to Albany. Ain't Albany the capital? Okay, I've been there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's where our apostles at. I was out there with them
See,
in
that's why I asked you.
Manhattan.
Your what?
Manhattan.
Your what's there?
Apostles.
Apostles?
Great Millstone, yeah.
That's what I know. That's why I say I used to live in New York.
Yeah, you probably seen them because they've been teaching for 30
But
plus
that's
years.
been a while.
That's when they started teaching.
Yeah.
A while ago.
Okay, then that's what I'm saying. So yeah, I've been down.
We teach the same thing. They teach. They're the ones that taught us.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
that's what I said.
100% truth comes from them.
Yeah, that's what I said. I would stop taking ear too.
Yeah, so just a brief recap. Brother talked to you about the mark of the beast. That's very important in time prophecy. We spoke about the names of the Lord, which is very important. What was you saying?
I was just saying, you know, take the arm from each other.
Okay, when it come around, I'm gonna try to donate some more since I took up all that time. I ain't never attended one of these meetings. I usually be up at the mosque.
It's all good. We appreciate what you gave.
I didn't go today.
Lord is going to give you a blessing for that.
Yeah. We be here mostly every Sunday or up there on the corner of...
My 10's tore, man. Will you set this though? Because I was reaching in my pocket and tore. My 10 is tore. Will you set it? Because I was reaching in my pocket and tore. I didn't want to give you 5.
Thanks, brother. Bless you, brother. Appreciate it.
So I didn't mean to take you off course.
Yeah, but you know, it was the Spirit because you learn, you know, Lord willing, you learn something new, you know.
The scriptures say, you know, buy the truth and sell it not. So, you know, how you buy this truth, you know, is with your time.
Yeah.
So, you didn't waste our time. You know, it was edifying because, you know, outside of you, you know, we got brothers
You got people watching.
us live, you know. So, you know, Lord
Yeah,
willing, they
I know
be
y'all
edified
always
like you,
before.
you know.
And that, we pretty much
We
yeah,
had
done.
enough time.
Yep. Yeah, so you got any other questions before we close out?
Let me see. Question.
Yeah.
Let's put that back. Let me see. I guess he died.
Yeah, on this side.
But George Sorrow's still alive.
I think they when the guy, George Soros,
No, George
he's still
Soros.
alive.
George Sorrow's still out there
I
giving
know.
money to
Yeah,
everything.
Rockefeller.
And he do give money to stuff.
George Soros is the one that when there's a mass amount of rioting.
That's
and
what I'm
looting,
saying.
Yeah, he funds agent provocateurs to come
See,
out.
that's what I'm saying. He doing
you know,
something.
start
Crisis
stuff.
act.
Yeah, crisis
Yeah,
act.
that's what I'm saying.
All these people just have a hand in all the stuff that goes on around the world.
Yeah.
But the high up ones, the ones that are on top,
Yeah.
mainly, those are the ones that are controlling everything, that are the lock, stock, and barrel, own everybody, everything, that's pulling strings and all that, man. George Bush, the presidents, all that, these people up top are the puppet masters, basically. So when you see the president come out and say something like, oh, we want to start public executions again, or we want to do this, or we want to change this law, they're getting it from the higher ups. They're the ones that, hey, tell him to do this, you know?
Wickedness in high places.
Just like at McDonald's, you see the manager there. There's a whole group of people that give him orders to run McDonald's. You know.
They dying out though.
Yeah, they're getting old. That's why they're gonna push that new system, you know, because they're getting old.
They gotta come down to great bad.
Yeah.
They know they should have a short time.
Because I think who the David Rockefeller, he's out of here.
Yeah.
Who else? The woman that died, the queen of.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She ain't on there though.
She's not on there, but she still, you know, she had all that gold and stuff.
Yeah.
They all got a hand.
That's
in
if
us
she's
going
really
down.
dead too, because they
Right,
fake
really.
their deaths.
Right.
That lady was old.
They fake their deaths, man. Or she probably been dead.
Oh yeah, that candy. Wow.
Okay, but I ain't got no more questions. I ain't gonna hold y'all more.
Yeah. All right, brother. Well, we appreciate,
Yeah.
you know,
Take up y'all
may the
time.
Lord bless you. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. Why would you walk it right there? You would do it now. All right. Thank you, bro. All right. So let me go close out.
Alright, with that, I'm gonna say, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rahakadash. Double honor to our apostles at Great Millstone who will wear the tell us the truth. Peace, love, blessings, salutations to you, Akim. That's part of the Bahasham, House of David. Lord willing, this is an edifying camp to the hopeful elect. Till next week, Shalom, Baba Bone.
Huh?